Welcome to this new video, and today we're going to create a web page and host it on github.io. In the last tutorial, we covered some basics of HTML and how it looks like, and we also learned that in github.io you can host web pages, and it has to be in a specific format. And you start with creating a repository with your username.github.io in this exact format, and then once you have created the repository, you can put your HTML files in there. There has to be one entry point which is called index.html, because we are using HTML as our code base. If you're using some other language, you have to have that index dot that language file, like index.py, index.jsp, index.php. And then after that, the repository acts like a regular repository. You can clone it, you can change, add, and do whatever you want in that repository. So the index.html is the entry point, and then you can have contacts.html, and then you can have folder structures based on how you want to create the page. So let's go back to the exercise, and what we are going to do today is that there is a bio page, and we want to create a bio page by mimicking the one that I have already created for you guys. So this is a bio page, so let me open this bio page. So this is my bio page, and this is a very simple page. We have some links on the top. In the center I have a picture of myself, and then I am having some header text, and then we have a paragraph and some links over here, and then at the bottom there is a footer with my image and a small link to the email. So this is the page we're going to mimic today, and I already have included the raw page on a link. We will use this link and modify it according to our according to your own images. You can add your own images, add your own links, and this is what we are going to do. And the file is called sampletext.html, available in this link. We're going to download it via wget, and then we're going to use the nano editor to edit it. Once we have edited it, then we will upload and try to see how github.io shows it. To keep it simple, we'll be making only a few changes. For example, we're going to edit the title, we'll update the images and the bio text. Meaning, in this web page, you will change the image, we'll change this text, and also what we're going to do is we'll later in the tutorial we'll also update these links. So right now this will be a single file in the GitHub repo, and we're going to host it. So let's go to our GitHub account. So this is my account, and what we're going to do is we're going to create a new repository, like I mentioned before. And in this case, I'll do easycoder.github.io, my personal website. I'll initialize it with a README. And so this has to be the format of how you initialize the repository. So it has to be your username.github.io. Once you have done that, I'll create a repository. Once I've created the repository, you can see I have a README file and there's nothing inside it. So like before, we'll copy the GitHub repo link, and then what we'll do is we'll go back to our terminal. Let's go back to our terminal. So I've divided my page into two parts, and then I'm still in the projects folder, so I will just go back. So this is my main working directory, and I will do a git clone of this new directory, that new repository that I have created. So once I do the git clone, now I should have a new directory called crazycoder.github.io, and this should be similar to what we have online, and you can cd into that, and you can see there is a readme file. So once we have done that, and one more settings that we have to change, because this is not like a regular repository, there are some additional settings that you need to do for github.io. So we go to settings over here, and then you have this username on the bottom. You see that GitHub Pages is designed to host, and your site is published at https crazycoder.github.io. So this is your link that on which you should be able to access this web page. So right now in the web page there is nothing. So let me see if I can access it. So once I close it, you see it is showing me the readme file. So this is my github.io web link, and it is reading the readme file and showing it. So let me go back to my page and see. So this is the readme file, and if you make changes in this readme file, personal website, I am, then let's commit it. If you commit it, so I have made this change and go back and then refresh this page. So it takes a few minutes to update the changes, but you would be able to see these changes here. Okay, so let's go back to the tutorial, and what we'll be doing is we'll create our custom web page. This will be a single file web page, and we'll modify these components and update it with a new a new information. So each one of you can add your name, title, and then you can have your custom image. So what I'll be doing is I'll just change my shell because that looks better for me. So what I'll do is I'll do a wget like it says. So I'll copy this link and do a wget of that link. So I'm inside the username, so I want to download this file. So I'll do a wget of this link. This has the sample HTML that I created for you, and it already downloaded it. So if you do a ls.l, you'll see there is a sample.html file. And then what I will do is if there is an existing HTML, so right now there is no HTML here other than sample.html. So like I mentioned before, you need to have an entry point. It's called index.html. So in case you already have an index.html, delete it. But if you don't have an index.html, what you can do is you can move this sample.html into index.html, and then you will use this as a new index.html. But anyways, if we before doing that, let's see if we do have an index.html, how will it look like. So what I'll do is I'll create my own index.html, touch index.html, and then I'll nano into it. And then what I'll do is hello, this is my custom index file. I have this, and even if it's an HTML, I will just write text and see what happens. So now that I have this, what I'll do, git add just all. I'll do a git commit, and I'll use the shortcut index file. It has committed, and I'll do git push. This is our first push, so it will ask us for multiple things. You see, it's asking us for a username, is coder, and then password. I'll just type in my password and then enter. So it has updated uh, HTML. So let me see if it did update. So it says it failed to push because of some reason. So what I'll do is I'll try to do this again. I'll do a git push. It'll ask me for my password. So it says that I have to do a git pull before I do anything. So I'll do a git pull because I changed the readme file and it's not updated with that. So I'll do a git pull, and it says merge branch. Okay, just say Control O, save it, and then let me see. I'll do another git pull. Everything is up to date because there was a readme file which I changed and I did not merge it. That's why it pulls this error. So definitely all the time pull before you push. So I have pulled. I will do a git push. Then it will crazy coder. I'll put my his password.